Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. It's almost time to start our next big weekly D&D live streaming campaign, but first, something a little different. I want to briefly introduce a little project I've been working on. It's a little experimental, but I hope you'll join us for the next few weeks as I run Shadowgate for my friends via Roll20. Now, what the hell is a Shadowgate? It's a point-and-click adventure game originally designed in 1987 for the Macintosh, but the version I played and that most people are familiar with is the 1989 version that was ported to the original Nintendo Entertainment System. The game was remade by the original developers as part of that wave of Kickstarter nostalgia in the early and mid-2010s. The Shadowgate remake is a totally solid game, by the way, but they changed a few things around, and the art style is kind of, I don't know, dark and tablety, and I'm sticking with the pixelated 89 version. Shadowgate is similar to those old choose your own adventure RPG novels. It's very light on story, very heavy on puzzles and exploration. It's technically a first-person dungeon crawler. There are enemies, but there are no levels or stats or character sheets. Instead, you solve each challenge by interacting with certain elements of the room, your inventory, and you're free to explore and tackle multiple puzzles and areas at the same time until you die. The game is known for its amazingly catchy music, which literally has been my phone ringtone for over 10 years. I sadly don't have the rights to use that music in my live streams. I can't feature it, but please Google it and give those tracks a listen. They're really something special. Shadowgate was one of the first NES games and probably one of the first video games in general that I ever played. I have a huge amount of nostalgia for this game, and I'm going to share it with my players and all of you. How do I do that? Well, I transposed the entire game into Roll20. Now, if you want to go into this with as little information as possible and enjoy the ride along with my players, maybe not watch the rest of this video until you've finished our adventures, as there will be some light spoilery content. So I found this incredibly useful website, the Spriters resource, which includes images of all the rooms and iterations from the game. I saved each room and little animation variation as an image and uploaded that image into Roll20 like you would a map and just left it on the token layer to hide the grid. As you can see here. I also put the iterations on the GM layer for when the players open doors or otherwise interact on the map, which I can show you quickly. So there's all the maps and images you can see. For an example, this one's not too spoilery because it's just a bunch of open doors that I've placed on the map for when people literally want to open the doors or activate different areas. Let's see, this one might be a little bit... Here we go for like secret passages and stuff, or I can just overlay them right on top of the existing room right there. So I didn't include every single permutation, but thankfully the 8-bit pixel art is basic enough that could feature some fun little interactions like doors opening or different things rising and falling and floor collapsing and falling all over everybody. I also used images of the action and inventory screens, which you can see up here, and used them as player handouts. And also I made sure to play through the entire game and write down a lot of the descriptions in my notes. Now the inventory isn't like directly interactive. I just made a table right here where the players themselves could enter in all the objects as they find them. I did not include every single individual object as its own handout because frankly that was going to get a little too tedious for me. So the original game featured a time mechanic in the form of torches that would burn out. In fact, you start with a torch right there. You could grab torches throughout different rooms, but they were effectively a time limit, and if you lost all your torch light, then you would die, which would force you to reload a save. So that could be a situation where you kind of got yourself stuck if you didn't give yourself enough time and couldn't find enough torches. I don't like time mechanics at all, especially in puzzle games, and I'm just going to eliminate that time limit altogether. Also, the game could kill you quite a bit and quite often. Sometimes it made sense if it killed you, and other times it was just a complete like, whoops, you clicked on the wrong thing and now you're dead and you have to reload a save. Remember that era before quick saves and autosaves? It was painful. So for the purpose of this group live play, I'm eliminating the time limit altogether. I am keeping the deaths via a death tracker, as you can see up on the top of the screen, a dead pool, if you will. Similar to our Alien RPG campaigns, if you've been watching those. Basically, every time the players die, the counter will tick up, and then we'll just resume right before they did the thing that killed them, as if they were reloading a save. And yes, even though there's going to be a group of players, anytime anybody does anything, which we could maybe make an argument that, like, all right, every decision has to be unanimous, or people can just go with their impulse and do whatever. I'm excited to find out what the group decides. Also, how many times will they die before completing the game? I'm also excited to find that out and figure out how few deaths they can get through, or maybe how many. Now, Shadowgate isn't necessarily a long game. Like many older games, it felt a lot longer because it could be quite difficult and obtuse in many areas. It was easy to get stuck, give up, and then just replay it months later. And that was well before people could look up solutions on the internet. I mean, I was a young kid when I played it. I never finished it till years later, probably after I got internet access. That being said, my players are working as a team, so that will probably help quite a bit. Even so, I don't know how many sessions it's going to take. They could technically complete it in a single session. I think that is very highly unlikely. I'm guessing it's going to take around 2 to 3 sessions total, but we will see. Since we're playing online, we're using the honor system, obviously, when it comes to looking up hints and solutions. But as you could see, I had a little hint tracker for if players get really stuck, then I will... I downloaded the hint book, basically the old school hint book, and I will give them a little bit of hints, which I'm hoping we can utilize. Obviously, we're going to be live streaming it, so we'll have live chat there, and my players, like, I can't really police anybody from just looking up information and giving that stuff, but I'm hoping everybody can be on board with enjoying the adventure game, sans any kind of looking up and cheating for the solutions, because I don't want the players to get stuck, and that therefore I will always have those hints available, but I will track how often they have to look up those hints, just kind of as a fun, like, score mechanic, I guess. By the way, you can play the original NES version online in your browser. Just search Shadowgate NES. I trust you can find it. The original 87 Mac version is available on Steam, which is the same game, but there's a slightly different UI and different art style. And the 2014 remake is also available on Steam and other platforms such as mobile and Switch. I've also had my eye on Beyond Shadowgate, which was a sequel that was designed but never released until just last year by the same developers, Ojoy, and the same designers. It even looks like a cool retro version but modernized. I kind of wish they'd just done that with the original game. I hope this is a fun experiment. I hope you all are excited and interested. We've never had anything like this before in Roll20. It's something I've had rolling around in my head for years. We're starting this Friday, or if you're watching this video sometime in the future, then check out the no doubt amazing live play sessions here on the channel. If you like these adventures through Dungeons & Dragons and other content, maybe not quite like this, but similar, maybe we'll do more things like this. It's all here on the YouTube channel, which you can support at patreon.com/RogueWatson. Thank you.